Hello, friends, and welcome to another video lesson from DBOS Talks. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified of new uploads. This video is in the playlist called SQL Developer Tips, and here we'll be learning how to export the query output of SQL as HTML or in HTML format. Okay, so as we know, HTML is the formatting language used for web pages. And so a web page gets saved in an HTML file format. Okay, so we'll be looking at two options or two ways of doing that using SQL Developer, which is the IDE of Oracle SQL. Okay, so first we can run a query, maybe a select statement. Okay, select asterisk from employees, and then you execute that. And of course, we will get the output in the form of a grid on the lower right-hand corner of your SQL developer, this one. So you can click anywhere on that, right-click on that, and then you can click on Export. And then you will come to this dialog box or page, and then you look for Format at the top. And right next to that, there's a combo box or a drop down. You can drop it down and look for or select HTML. Okay. And then you will specify the path and the file name where you want to have the HTML file generated or saved. Okay. So for me, I'm going to put it in this location, see demo. And so the full path, you can also browse. You click on the browse button over here. For me, I'll just paste because I want it to be in this particular one, and I'll just quickly paste it there. And then so you specify the path as well as the file name. And then once you're good with that, you can click on next, which is not so visible. It is, can I make this smaller? No, I cannot. So it's not so visible in the screen. Somewhere down here, there's a next button. You click on that, and then you come to this. And also somewhere down here, there's a finish button. So you will, unfortunately, I cannot make the dialog box smaller. So you can click on finish and as if nothing happened. But what we can do is we can go to the location, okay, where we save that file. So I saved it in this location, C demo SQL, and then this is the file we have generated by doing the export. Okay, so I'll double click on that, and it will open the HTML file in your default browser. All right. Okay, so that's the HTML file that we have generated with the action of the export being done in SQL Developer. You can see the file name and the path over here. Okay, so we can close this. That's the first way of creating or outputting your query results to or in HTML format. The second way is using the spool command, which is actually something that is used in the old school SQL interface of Oracle, which is SQL Plus. Okay. I clear this. I close this one. Okay. And then I will just paste this whole thing over here. So we have a set command here to set the SQL format for the output, specifying HTML. And then there's a spool command here wherein we are specifying the path as well as the file name of the HTML file we wanna generate as the output for the SQL for the select statement. And here's my select statement. And then finally you close it, you finish it off with the spool off. Okay, it comes in pair with the spool command here. Okay, so now we're an SQL developer. We can, you don't have to execute this one by one. You can just click on the second button in the toolbar here, run script. You can click on that, or you can press F5 in your keyboard. Okay. Okay, so when I did that, you will see that the output in the script output here on the lower right-hand window shows some HTML tags there, right? But you don't need that. What you can do is you will go straight to the file that was generated. Okay, so I generated it in the same folder, but bearing a different file name. I called it spooled output HTML, as you can see here, right? So there's the one, and it's newer than the one we generated earlier. So when I open this, I double click this or just enter, it will open. It will be opened using the default browser that you have in your desktop or laptop. Okay. So, and you can see it's the path is there, and it is the file name we have specified, spooled output. Okay. So in this short video, we have seen how to generate or export our query results to HTML or in HTML format. And one was doing an export using SQL Developer. The other one is mimicking the behavior of SQL Plus, and that is using spool, the spool command. Okay. So thank you for watching and listening. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click subscribe and click the bell. I'll be seeing you in the next video.